Welcome again, guys. This is your boy Noel, and this is Checking with Noel. And today we're checking on a tragic story that happened on 29th of November this year, and it actually happened right in the southern Kordofan in the Nuba Mountain, a place called Kumo. So, for those who've been on social media of late, you've heard of stories of what's happening in the Darfur region, the killings, and what I actually perceive, and I want people to understand that there has not just been killings in the Darfur. There has been what we call ethnic cleansing. That's a massacre that's been happening for so many years. So it's actually pained me that we're not talking of that in the sense of what's actually happening, but we're making it look like it's Sudan that's bleeding. I understand, but there is a heavy take in this that if we go with that direction, it can actually attract, you know, international intervention in this case, and to at least bring this to an end. There's a lot of people dying every year, and there's a lot of properties being destroyed every year. A lot of refugees, people being kicked out of their homes and all that. But this time, this struck right close to me. What happened in Kumo, in the southern Kordofan? If you understand the map of Sudan, southern Kordofan is the area close to South Sudan. Where I come from Abyei. So Abyei is before known to be in the region around southern Kordofan. So if Kumo is attacked and the bombardment of drone strike that killed over 45 people happened in Kumu, I have the right to be worried or the right to be scared of my people back home. And that's the reason why I'm telling you this story. But again, this story isn't so close to me in sense of because it's happening in Kumu in the southern Kordofan, but also people affected are also so close to me. So for most of you know that I'm married and my wife is mom. My wife's mom is from the Nuba Mountain. So the strike happened right at their place, and sadly, we lost one of our brothers from there, and in a very 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 bad way. It's really bad if a mother go look for the body of the child, and they don't find the body. What they find is what they can recognize, that they can use to recognize that their son is truly dead. Only the head, which is something that is unacceptable, something that is so heartbreaking, and I don't know why these things are still happening. And on the other side, I also know why these things are still happening. And the reason why they are happening is because clearly these things, people are not talking about them. People are not taking their voices out there and speak about them so that there can be an end to it, or a stop can be orchestrated. But because people don't want to talk about it, people look or choose what to talk about and what not to talk about. That's why all these things are still happening. And it's really, really, really sad if the world we lived in and we cherished and that we put a lot of our energy just ends like that. I don't know if we are looking at that in a perspective or in an angle where there should be an end to it. But if there is no an end to it, then there is an end to this world that we're living in. It's really crazy. But again, we need to understand what happened in Kumo. It's not the first time that's happening. It's the first time I'm talking about it, but it's not the first time that's happening. It's been happening. And the broader context of the violence in the Nuba Mountain, mostly in the southern Kordofan. So the region have endured repeated aerial bombardment, shelling. That's to say, someone just passing with their drone or their aeroplane, military airplane in the air, and just look down. There is a group of people doing this thing, and they decide, oh, let's just kill those people, and they just bomb them and kill them, and that's it. And they keep moving on. That's actually what happened in Kumo, and that's what has been happening for so many years. But the situation has been dire for even recognized by the humanitarians. They know and they understand that's happening, but the reaction has been so slow, and people have been dying. Nothing is actually moving the way it should be. If there was supposed to be something that people need to do about it, it's putting an end to it, stopping it, and making sure like human lives are actually being respected or being taken care of as it should be. So the Rapid Support Forces, allied with the militia of the war crime, including killing, sexual violence, forced displacement, and systematic ethnic cleansing in the Nuba Mountain and southern Kordofan region. So, I mean, what's happening in Darfur is actually tragic. It's overwhelming. But the same thing is actually been happening in the Nuba Mountain, and to be honest, for so many years. And if again no reaction, no action taken against this, then this is not going to be the end or the last time I'm going to be talking about it, or any other person will go to their internet, scroll, trying to have fun, and what they see are bodies of people, innocent civilian, with no intent of leaving the world as soon as someone decides to take them off. It's crazy. We need to do something about it, and as soon as possible. This actually the RSF actions in the southern Kordofan, since it's even though it's been happening for like so many years, I'm so afraid. I feel so scared as someone who's from, Abyei, which is exactly at the border between Sudan and South Sudan. And given that, I'm gonna be talking about Abyei some other time, but let me tell you this about Abyei right now. Abyei is, I don't know how to put it, but it's so it's actually embarrassing for someone to talk about a BA. As someone who's actually from a BA, talk about a BA and the situation over there. It's really sad sometimes if you talk about a BA and the situation. Have you ever heard a region that is in between two countries whose stability is undetermined and whose war crimes is a thing of the day? They do it every time, every day they feel like. And you remain there in the middle, undecided. You don't belong to any of those countries. You're just a region in between. They called you administrative area because you are a disputed land. The two, Sudan did not decide on what to do about Abyei since they separated, and that made Abyei very vulnerable from attacks and all that humanitarian assistance and all that stuff. Abyei is a region without government, with no security, just the UN security body that is not doing a lot or not doing enough at all to protect the lives. We've lost a lot of people. I just lost my brother early this year, and again, I was talking to my other cousin the other day, and we were talking about, do you think the RSF actions can actually stretch to Abyei? And we did our research and we find out there's rumors already saying they are in the areas around Abyei. And if Kumo in southern Kordofan is already attacked, then they are a step closer to Abyei. And listen, God, there is nothing people in Abyei can ever do to protect themselves from RSF. Let me tell you that. There is nothing. There is nothing at all, because we don't have the government. We don't have our own government. We don't have a security body or a military that can protect the people over there. We are as vulnerable as that is. And that's the reason why the world should look at it in that aspect and try to do something. And these things happen. What pains me a lot is because people don't want to talk about it, especially the people of the land. People who come from those areas don't want to talk about those stuff, and that's the reason why their people end up getting killed. So most of the time I've been trying to talk about this. I'm trying to bring, but you don't get that from people whom you expect to also. I mean, it's only God, guys, only God. And otherwise, there's an update I have what happened in Kordofan and in Kumo, Nuba Mountain. I'll give you more update as time goes on. What's up?